Hey everybody, welcome to the Q for Bobby U show. My name is Bobby Umar. I'm a motivational speaker, one of Making Magazine's top 100 leadership speakers, and a 4-time TEDx speaker. And I'm really excited to start this project because it's all about helping you whether you're in a small business, an entrepreneur, in a career, you're a student, you're lost, you're in a relationship. But I'm doing this show because I've been inspired by other people who are doing similar things, but also I want to give back and help people out. And so the whole idea here is that you ask any question and hashtag Q4BobbyU, and I will answer it in upcoming episodes. But this is the first one, so I'm excited to get into it. So let's get right to it. The first thing I want to cover is essentially, what are the 3 biggest questions that I get in everything that I do, whether I'm speaking or I'm coaching or I'm training. When it comes to careers, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to your own self-motivation, there are 3 huge questions I get all the time, and I'm going to cover them all. The first one is how to use networking. The second one is how to get a friend to listen to you. And the third one is dealing with funks or getting into a funk. So let's start with the first question. The first question is, how do I use networking to advance my career or my business? So networking is something I'm very passionate about. And just to be clear on this, networking, we're talking about the right networking, not like, here's my business card, business card, business card, business card, business card. We're talking about strategic, authentic, relationship building networking. So let's talk about why networking is so important. First off, networking is like the 80-20 rule. 20% of people network effectively and 80% do not. 80% of opportunities are found through networking and 20% are not. So if 20% of people are networking effectively to get at 80% of the opportunities, what should you be doing? Networking. And the truth is, and we all know this, whether you're in a business or whether you're in a career or whether even among your friends, people matter, relationships matter. The more you invest in a relationship, the more you're going to get out of it. And the trick here is to make sure you have a strategy. So it's important for you to understand why networking is important, because if you don't know why it's important, you're not going to want to do anything about it. The second thing is, when it comes to networking for your career business, what's your goal or objective? Are you trying to get promoted? Are you trying to get 10 leads? Are you trying to build a mass influence? It's really important for you to know what that goal or objective is, because if you don't, you're not going to be doing it very effectively and you can't put together a plan. So, if my goal, for example, is in this show, which is kind of a networking tool, is to get out there and build influence and build awareness so that people ask questions and I can help 1 million people. That's my objective. So everything I do feeds into that objective. The second thing to think about, or the third thing to think about, is mentorship. The best people who network and particularly build their career and build their businesses, they have mentors. So you have a mentor within the corporate world, you have a vice president or a director or even a CEO that's willing to mentor you and is at a place where you want to be. Or similarly, you have a small business and you want mentors, people who have done small business, who have become big businesses. They've gone through the whole path, they've gone through the mud and all through the crap to get to where they are. You want those people to give you their expertise, their insight, their support, be a sounding board. But mentorship is a huge part of the networking process. The other thing you want to do is you want to, again, build mastery of your skills. So, networking mastery is huge. I mean, no matter how good you are or how terrible you are, it's important for you to keep building on it. I just launched a quiz, an online quiz called, Are You a Networking Slug, a Panda, or a Dragon? Now, it doesn't matter whether you're a dragon and you're amazing, you still need to work on it. I mean, even when I was good at networking, say 3-4 years ago, then all of a sudden social media came and it's like, okay, now how do I deal with this? I have to learn how to do it. I have to learn and master the skills of social media to be a better networker. So you have to constantly work and train and use your mentors, talk to your network, take courses, read up, but do what you can to learn the skills to be a better networker. Another thing you have to do is you have to find a way to give value to people. So networking in a career or a small business, you have to give value. Give value. How? I mean, you give value with your insights, just by listening, by investing in people, by offering your expertise, by collaborating on projects, by being a mentor to somebody else, by giving back, sharing an article, sharing some content piece, referring them to your network. But there are tons of ways for you to create value for the people that you're networking with, such that they're willing to actually help you out and maybe think of you for future opportunities. And then finally, the most important thing about networking for your career, your business, you have to be willing to ask the question. Sorry, I banged on that. Ask the question. You have to ask the question and ask, hey, can you help me? Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you? Now, don't ask me, 10,000 things, But even 1 or 2 things is a great ask, because the worst they can do is they can say no. Now, if they, get mad at you for asking, well, you know what? That's their emotional problem. They can't process that information. Don't worry about those people. You should just ask the question, and someone asks me, hey, Bobby, can you help me with this? I'll either say, no, I can't, or maybe I can, or I'll refer to someone else, or yes, I can. But you're not going to get anywhere until you actually ask the question. All right, so, so that's the first question. How do I use networking to advance my career or my business? All right, so that's the first question that I get asked all the time in speeches and in workshops and my coaching. And if you have any other questions, again, or follow-up to that, or you want to drill down, you can comment below, or you can ask me questions. You can tweet me. You can hashtag Q4BobbyU. Let's get to the second question. All right, second question. This is all about relationships. Question: I'm struggling to get my partner, my friend, my boss to listen to me. What can I do? Now, you know what? I've had this issue too. Other people have this issue. Let's start with the first thing you got to do, okay? You have to evaluate the relationship. So let's say if it's a boss, and it's a really crappy boss. Is this relationship worth it? Is this person a good contact? Do you want to stay in this job? If it's important to you, then you will have to manage it as opposed to exiting and leaving or finding a way to get out or find a new job. So you have to look at that. Or same with the relationship, whether it's a partner or whether it's a friend. How important is this relationship to you? Is it worth investing in? Because that's going to determine whether you want to do what it takes to make it work for you. So evaluate that relationship and make sure you're okay with it. And then you're into it, because then you want to spend time on it. Otherwise, if you don't, then you need to evaluate what's my exit strategy, because maybe I need to leave. The second thing you want to do is you want to think about and talk about values and goals. So don't think about confrontation. Don't think about attacking. Don't think about here's why you suck, or here's why I'm upset. What are the values you share? So let's go to the boss thing, right? So when you talk to your boss, there's certain values you share. The values of the organization, right? Usually an organization or a company you work for has written values, right? So what are those values? Which ones do you share? Which ones do you think the boss shares? And then secondly, what are the goals that you share? You both want to be productive for the company. You both want to look good. You both want to have good financial results. Of course you do. So if you can talk in those terms, you're going to get way more impact and results with the actual conversation, as opposed to saying, you were mean to me and I don't like you, or you know what, I don't like this. I mean, related to the values and goals of the organization. Same thing with the relationship. With my own wife, I'll say, you know what, parenting, we have little kids, right? So here's what's important to us for kids. We want kids who love to learn. So my wife and I will talk about that value of loving to learn and trying to foster that insight into our kids. We're big on empathy. So anytime there's an opportunity where my wife or I, let's say, screw up on the empathy thing, we'll point, hey, honey, or she'll say, hey, honey, I'm not sure that really fits with empathy. Maybe we can do something a little bit different. What do you think? And when we do it that way, as opposed to, why did you do that to that kid? I can't believe that. Then it doesn't work. Anger goes up, a wall goes up, no one wants to talk. So you have to find a way to think about the values and goals that you share. Then the other thing you want to do is you want to set it up in advance. You can't just say, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you right now. Now, there are instances where that's okay, or it's required. But if you give them some time, say, listen, I need to talk about our relationship. I need to talk about our job. Set up in advance so that you're prepared and they're prepared to receive you. And then when you finally have that meeting, the next thing you want to do is you want to talk about the behavior that was exhibited and then how it made you feel. The behavior you exhibited and how it made you feel. So talking to your boss, when you took credit for that, the job that I worked mostly 90% on the last 6 months in front of the entire group, I felt dismissed. I felt diminished. I felt that my work wasn't important. So that's what, and what you're doing is you're not trying to attack the person. You're just trying to address the behavior. Now, and then later on, you'll talk about what you'd like to see differently. But again, talk about the behavior. Talk about how it made you feel. You talk to your partner, your friend. Let's say your friend is treating you like crap. You say, listen, when you posted that picture of me, even though I looked like I was really bad and you thought it was funny, it made me feel bad. And the action was posting that bad picture of you. The behavior or how it made you feel is you're feeling bad about yourself. And if the person loves you or cares about you, they're gonna do something about it. If your boss cares about you and cares about the organization, they're going to do something about it. And if they don't, again, then you go back to step one and reevaluate this relationship. Same with your partner or your life partner, or your lover. Like if they don't respond, the truth is with every relationship, you put it on the table and you let them respond. And then based on that, you then put something else on the table and you let them respond. But if you don't put it on the table, no one can respond. And if they don't respond well, then you put on the table what you're willing to do about it because of their lack of response. And then the other thing you do is instead of saying, here's what I want done, boom, 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 chicka, boom, 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 here's my 17-step process to better relationships, or whatever it is, ask them for a suggestion. Based on this, I share with you, I hope you don't mind, it's really important to me. It's really important to me. Set it up that it's important to you, it's important to the organization, important to the relationship, important to the friendship, and then ask for suggestions. What are some? I have some ideas that I like to share, but what are your suggestions? Ask them first and let them share their suggestions. Then based on what they say, you could say, well, you know what, I was thinking the exact same thing, or here's something else I want to suggest. And then once you've done it, then you can put together a plan of action. So if you're struggling with a partner or a boss or a friend, again, it's important to set these things up and do it in the right way. So I hope you found that really helpful. And again, that's another Q for Bobby U answer. If you have Q for Bobby U questions, again, you post it, you tweet me, you snap me, whatever, at Rayhan Bobby, and I will actually answer them in future episodes. Now let's get to a third question. The third question, in a sense, is all about self-motivation. So the question is really about, sometimes I get into a funk and I'm not sure how to overcome this. What can I do? So this is, again, I can totally relate to this, and I'm going to share a little personal story with you, okay? A year ago, in September, October, I was really busy in the summer, did some really amazing stuff with my conference, DYPB, and then we went on vacation and camping with the family and the kids, and I came back, and all of a sudden was so overwhelmed and bogged down with emails and projects and everything on my list. I basically shut down, honestly, I shut down. I just stopped caring about the emails. I stopped caring about promoting the event that I had coming up. I kept delaying it. Eventually, honestly, I moved the event to November event. I delayed it from September to October to November. But I just shut down. And I was overwhelmed. I started eating crappy, because I'm trying to eat better. By the way, I've lost 14 pounds in the last 6 weeks. So I'm kind of excited about that. But again, I was feeling really bad and I shut down. And I felt like I was in a dark space. And the truth is and that was like a month, okay? Other times I have like a really crappy day, and then I end up watching TV the whole day, or some movie comes on and it's like a movie I've seen 100 times before, and you waste your time. So how do we deal with this? First off, number one, forgive yourself. Cut yourself some slack, man. Give yourself a break, right? It's not your fault. You're not crazy. It happens to all of us. You do have control, but you need to maybe assert control later on. For me, the biggest control issue is my food intake and eating properly. So that to me is a little bit hard. But again, forgive yourself. It's okay. It's okay to have these bad days, to have dark days, even have dark months. The second thing you want to be able to do is you want to be able to reach out to your network. And think of it this way. If you had a really good friend or even a casual acquaintance that was struggling with depression or overeating or dealing with their parents or dealing with their really crappy boss, if they reached out, would you want to help them? Would you want them to talk to you? For most of us, of course you would. Of course you want them to talk to you, because we're all human beings. We all struggle. And you've been there and I've been there, and so we want that. So why can't you do the same thing? Why can't you put it out there and just say, you know what? I'm struggling. I need help. When it came to my fit in my life journey, I did that 2.5 years ago. I went out there and I said, you know what? And I wrote this post called, What the F is Wrong with Me? And I said, I need help. I'm on 4 drugs. I keep gaining weight. I'm getting moody. My diabetes is out of control. My blood sugar levels are nuts. I feel like I'm out of control. I need help. And I put that out there to my network. And hundreds of people responded. And even if hundreds don't respond for you, even dozens or even a couple, that's all you need. People will respond because they care about you. So reach out to your network, your family, your friends, your colleagues. People want to help you. So please reach out. Your network is like your biggest prop up, your biggest support system. And I said before, early on today, right, networking, people matter. People are the most important thing you'll ever have in your life. Next thing you want to do is you want to make a plan, right? So what's your plan for tomorrow or the next week? So when I have a really, really bad day, I regroup, forgive myself. Okay, you know what? Fine. It's 4 o'clock and I feel like crap. I wasted time. Let me just jot down and reflect 30 minutes. What I'm going to do tomorrow. That's differently. So just write down or plan the next month or plan the next week or plan the next day. But that planning, that writing it down, when you write something down, you plan it, you're 30% more likely to do it. And even better if you share it with everybody. Hey, I've written this. Look what I'm planning on doing. But writing it down and making a plan for tomorrow is really a powerful way to fix your mindset and think about the next day and not even worry about the rest of today. The other thing you do is, I talk about reaching out to your network, but more specifically, have 2 or 3 people of your closer connections check in with you. Say, listen, like the people that respond or the people that you have that you really trust, have those 2 or 3 connections check in with you either daily or weekly, or maybe at the end of the week, have them check in with, see how you're doing. Or you make yourself accountable to them to check in. When I do my weight stuff, I do an accountability piece where we actually share our weight every week, and so I'm sharing that with people, and that makes me accountable. So similarly, you want to have those check-ins because it's very easy to go back into that funk. I mean, I know that I've done that before. So make sure it's clear what is the check-in. Is it daily, 2 days away, or weekly, or whatever it might be. And then finally, the final thing I'll say about when you're getting to a funk and overcoming it, I try to espouse the values, three main values: love, gratitude, and leadership. Everything I do is about love, gratitude, and leadership. So love yourself, love your network, love the little things in life that make you who you are and make you appreciate and create pleasure for you and joy and fulfillment in your life. Gratitude for everything, every moment, what you have. Because even though I don't have, let's say for argument's sake, I don't have great health, but I'm working on it, I do have a great wife and great kids. I have great friends. I love doing this. Like I love this. I love you. Like I'm full of love for that. So I'm grateful. And then leadership. Leadership is always, if you understand the definition, leadership is about doing everything you can to evolve, learn, grow, and create impact for yourself, such that you can create impact for others and organizations and society in the world. And leaders have to evolve. Leaders have to learn and grow. And it's hard, I get it, but if you understand that philosophy, you're more likely to do better, because the truth is, the better you are, the better everyone else will be. So it's okay being a funk. It's authentic. It's real. It's embracing your vulnerability, which connects with people, and people appreciate that. So I encourage you to take the steps and empower yourself to get out of the funk, because you can. And if I can help you, I definitely will. All right. So that's the 3 big questions that I have. So now it's up to you. Now this pilot is all about the Q for Bobby show. I want you to send me questions. I want you to tweet me. You can message me. You can text me. You can snap me. You can whatever you want at Rayhan Bobby. The hashtag Q for Bobby U. Check out my YouTube channel where these shows are going to be listed, and I'm going to do follow-up episodes, and I'm going to answer your questions. And I hope I do a good job. I hope you enjoy this. I'm very passionate about helping people, no matter where you are, whether you're feeling lost in any aspect of your life, because that's what I do. I serve lost leaders. I serve people to help them find clarity, focus. I help them to ramp up their businesses and their lives and find the best leadership path of passion, purpose. So hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in to the Q for Bobby U show. I'll see you next time.